Hi everyone, it's Mads from Denim and Blether, and I'm in Aberdeen today with Kevin Clifton. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So you're playing Stacee Jaxx in the musical Rock of Ages at the moment.
Yes.
And you joined the show in Scotland last week. So how's it going for you?
Yeah, really good. It was quite scary, my first opening night, because I only met the cast the day before opening night, 'cause I've been rehearsing on my own with the director for 2 weeks. So I met the cast on the Monday. We came in the theatre for the first time on the Tuesday, did a dress run, and then opened. So that was pretty scary. But the cast have been wicked. Like they're really lovely and so super talented. Like I felt really kind of safe with all them lot. And had a great first week, and then opening here in Aberdeen last night, which went amazing. Actually, I'm just loving it. I'm really enjoying it. Enjoying doing something different.
Yeah. So for those who haven't seen Rock of Ages before, what can they expect to see from the show if they come along?
So it is a musical, but I think a lot of people that have spoke to me so far that have seen it have said, like there's been quite a few people that have been dragged along, say, by their wife or something to come and see it. And they've gone, oh, I'm not really into musicals usually, so I didn't know what to expect. But then they ended up having a great night anyway, because it's basically... it's just a big night of rock songs. It feels like a concert half the time, but it's a musical that breaks the fourth wall a lot with the audience. It's got its tongue firmly in its cheek, and it's very much a comedy.
Well, I know you're a big fan of rock yourself, so how is it to be involved in a show that kind of features so many great rock songs?
That's one of the things I was attracted to with the show. I've been a rock fan like for a long time, but also like just because of the line of work I'm in, I've been a big musical theatre fan. So I first saw Rock of Ages in New York in 2009, and I just absolutely fell in love with the show. I love how they managed to capture sort of these awesome rock tunes, but in this musical theatre comedy world. And I've always sort of had my eye on it, and so when I thought, I'd like to branch out and do a musical, not just dance all the time, Rock of Ages would have been my first choice, and it just so happened that an opportunity opened up. The director got in touch with me and said, have you ever thought of doing something like this? How do you feel about playing Stacee Jaxx? So they sent me a couple of songs to practice and a scene, and I went in and auditioned, and now I'm loving it because I just get to. It's almost like you're just living out a bit of a rock concert every night. And also when I was younger, I used to be quite gothy. So I used to be all the fingernails and eye makeup and like wearing black. I had long black hair. So I was sort of this like wannabe rock star, but didn't have a rock band or didn't play any instruments or just wasn't any good at any of that. So it was like, oh, actually, Kevin, you look a little bit silly walking around Grimsby like this. And then got on Strictly, and it was like, you can't dress like that. You're going to have to smarten up. So I did. So now it's fun that it's come full circle, and now I get to kind of, I'm living my best life basically in this show. I get to finally do it and pretend I'm a rock star.
So how have you had to approach singing some of like the biggest songs in rock, kind of vocally, because obviously you're singing as well? Yeah,
I've had to go for lots of singing lessons. I've been having singing lessons for a while, but I've really kind of upped the ante on them, just to learn about the technique, because like say if I'm at karaoke with some mates or something, and like I'll tend to like smash out a rock song because that's what I like doing, and I'll be screaming away, but then I can't talk for a week. So that's the thing I was nervous of. I was like, I know I can sort of do this, but I don't want to do it one night and then have to have a week off every time. So the main thing is I had to learn about like real proper singing technique and how to connect everything, align everything, breathe properly, and how to protect your voice, because I think the songs are so big in this show you can very easily lose your voice. So that's what I've had to learn, like do a lot of work on, to make sure I can sing it, but in and like still have it sound rocky, because I don't want it to sound too musical theatre. I don't want to go out and go dead or alive. I want it to sound rocky, but at the same time safe enough that you're not going to like completely destroy your vocal cords.
So which is your favourite to perform?
Probably Dead or Alive. That's my first sort of big moment in the show.
Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi. Yeah. because that's my first like big sort of entrance into the show, and I get to really kind of let go and go for it. There's also I like I Want to Know What Love Is, just for the comedy of it, because we're sort of I'm having to sing it whilst I'm making out with Sherry, the lead girl, who played by Jodie Steele. We've basically gone to the men's toilets to make out, and it's supposed to be this sort of romantic song, but we're singing it in the most disgusting setting. So that's fun as well.
So is there a song in the musical that you wish was written for Stacee Jaxx that you got to perform?
One of the numbers that I really enjoy watching every night is when they sing "Hit Me With Your Best Shot." Like I love that one. So sometimes I'm watching it thinking, oh, I kind of wish I got to do this, but then I wouldn't be able to do it as good as Andy who does it anyway. So yeah, it's probably best that he does it.
So I'm seen as a bit unusual at school because I'm into rock music, which is a bit weird. Obviously you must have been a dancer when you were younger.
Yeah.
So did you kind of stand out as well at school than when you were younger?
Yeah, it was. So I'd be doing like ballroom dancing competitions on a weekend, and for that I'd have to put like some fake tan on and stuff. So I'd come in on a Monday with like an orange neck that I couldn't really hide, and everyone knew about it, and it was a bit like, oh god, like this is going to be embarrassing. So yeah, it was definitely sort of different to everyone in school. Everyone knew about this sort of weird, you do this weird ballroom dancing thing. But I suppose I learned quite quickly to just almost take the mick out of myself, like not take the mick out of myself, just own it, I suppose. Yeah. Like I think if you're not embarrassed about it, then there's not much they can say. It's like, have you seen 8 Mile? No. With there's a film called 8 Mile with Eminem, and he does this rap at the end. It's about rap battles, and at the end of that, they're rapping off against each other, and he has to go first in the final against this other guy, and he knows that this guy's got all this stuff on him that he can attack him with in this rap. So when he goes first, instead of trying to have a go at him and then hoping to just like take the blow, he says all the stuff that he's already going to say, and he basically goes, yeah, I am this, I am that, and just owns the whole thing and takes away that guy's power. So I sort of learned quite quickly to do that in school. I felt like if I just owned it and even laughed at it before anyone else did, then no one could sort of say anything really, and then everyone just sort of accepted it. It was like, all right, Kev's a ballroom dancer, yeah. And then it was the same when I started getting real gothy. It was just, you know, like there was people like my mum, for example, didn't understand it at all. She's like, what are you doing? But I think if you just own it, then people don't care, do they? Like, it must be the same for you. Like, you're just like, yeah, you're a rock fan, and that's what it's about. Like you don't care what anyone else thinks.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Rock of Ages is in Aberdeen this week, but I hear you're heading to quite a familiar town next week. Next
week we're going to Grimsby. I think that was part of the contract. So, when they said, will you do Rock of Ages? I said, are we going to Grimsby? And they said, we can do. So it's happening next week, which I'm really excited about. I want to be on top form. Like I want to be on the same form that I seem to be on in Glasgow and Aberdeen. I want that to carry on into Grimsby, because I'm probably going to know most people in the audience, which will be a bit scary.
Yeah.
If you're doing it in front of people, like it's fine to do it in front of people you don't know, isn't it? But like if you're in front of everyone you know, and they know what you're really like in real life, and mates from school are going to be watching me like writhing around the floor and pretending to be a rock god. Oh, I'm scared now.
Well, I can't let you go without saying congratulations on your Strictly Come Dancing win this year.
Thank you.
How do you look back on that series?
It was just amazing. I loved it. I loved every minute of it, actually. I could have gone even longer. Usually at the end of a Strictly series, you're really tired, and you sort of, you know, Christmas can't come soon enough. But I could have gone for longer in this one. I really enjoyed it. Stacey was an amazing partner. She embraced the whole thing. She was lovely to work with. Like there was never there's no diva-ishness about her, or, you know, she was just really normal and really lovely. And we didn't think we were going to win for a second. Like we just kept going in with the attitude of let's just go in, do our best. By the time we'd got to the final, we were really proud of ourselves anyway, because early on, you know, we were getting low scores and struggling a bit. So we were really proud when we got to the final, and we didn't think we had any chance of winning. So we just went, let's just enjoy it. Let's just have a good night, and probably, maybe we thought maybe Joe Sugg would win. And so we weren't. I wasn't even nervous when the results were happening. It was the calmest I've ever been on a Strictly final, because I just thought, well, it's going to be someone else. So then when Tess said Stacey and Kevin, all hell broke loose. It was just suddenly Stacey's mum was on the floor. I dropped to the floor. Then Stacey started being real nice to me, and I started crying. I was like, oh God, my mates back home are gonna see this. But it was brilliant. It was really exciting to finally win. And I think Stacey really deserved it as well. She worked so hard. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for chatting. Enjoy
thank you.
the tour.
Thank you.
Make sure you check out rockofagesmusical.co.uk. There's still tickets available for some of the shows. And thanks for chatting.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Blether for more. Bye.